from the Zawadzki brothers. Thank you for sending this in. What is the first match you show non-wrestling fans? Miller, why don't you start us off, mate?
Ooh, what's the first match I show non-wrestling fans?
Yeah.
I don't. I kick them in the face and say, you don't like wrestling? Get out of my life! But my girlfriend won me over anyway. I'm going to watch this. I'm in big trouble. That's the end of that relationship. Flushed it down the toilet in, what was that, in 2 minutes? It's pretty good stuff. What match would I show? Well, given my certain taste towards professional wrestling, goofy wrestling, one would say. Goofy wrestling is for life, in case you don't know. No, I think probably realistically what I would show them is something with The Rock in it because, as my mum always says, she sees The Rock and she goes, oh, Simon, have you know who Dwayne Johnson is? I say, yes, because it looks a lot like that Rock fellow you used to watch. I'm like, yes, he does, mother, but you can't try to explain it. And I think that kind of gateway drug is really important. You need to be able to... WrestleMania, the whole of WrestleMania, that's what I do. I show them the whole of WrestleMania 17. And when they went up to use the loo, I'd be like, no, you go back down. You watch all. There are some bad matches on WrestleMania 17. We don't need to get into this. Say what, sorry? The Gimmick Battle Royal. What from I could show that. I could show them that because you know who's in the gimmick, but you're a good man. You know who's in the Gimmick Battle Royal. The last appearance of the one and only Repo Man. Do you know what? I'm changing my answer. We've got a Repo Man chance. If I die tomorrow, everything will be okay. So, actually, it won't. You know, my parents will be really sad and my friends and family. But everybody will go, he said it wasn't a problem. Because he got a Repo Man chance. What did he really achieve in his life? Maybe Repo Man will do my eulogy. You never know. You have eulogies at funerals. That's what it's called, isn't it?
Forgetting Repo, man.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, genuinely, I think I would show them something with The Rock in it. Maybe The Rock and John Cena, maybe what he did last night, which I thought The Rock could show The Rock Hogan because people do know who Hulk Hogan is. All right, I'm just going off tangent now. I tell this story and then I stop. I don't have an answer, basically, because, shout out to my girlfriend who will watch this, this is why I probably was mesmerized by her. She said, oh, tell me about professional wrestling. And I said, well, you know the thing with Hulk Hogan? And her response was, I've never heard of Hulk Hogan. So obviously I asked her to marry me right then and there, because I was like, I can be your way into this wonderful thing known as sports entertainment. But how mad is that? She'd never heard of Hulk Hogan. Like, she's what, sorry? Show her Mr. Nanny the movie. Too many people shouting so many different things. I'm not going to show her Rocky 3. Anyway, I would have talked enough. I would absolutely show something with The Rock, because again, they'll recognize it from a movie they've seen, and it will just make them more interested. Because if you're going to show them something that's way too hardcore, they'll be put off by it. They just will. So I think it's always good to try and think of the more, as awful as it sounds, the celebrity version of wrestling, which it is very good at. You know, for example, if you knew someone was into their movies and you showed them even Mickey Rourke hanging out at WrestleMania, then they go, oh, I saw that guy from a movie, maybe I'll see what else is going to go on. So that's what I would do. Now, somebody else talk, because I turned that into a mini soliloquy.
I suppose, yeah, generally the question is, how can you or how do you get non-fans into wrestling? Dr. Fair, what would you prescribe to non-wrestling fans?
I'm going to go a bit left field, guys. I'm going to go to WrestleMania. It might not shock you if you listen regularly that our tastes don't always align.
It's because your tastes suck, bro.
Me and Murray have a shoot fight every morning.
We literally agree on zero wrestling things in the office. We should probably record it. It's really entertaining.
Which is why, if I had to prescribe a match to somebody that does not want to watch, I would pick the one that I think unified all of us, which was Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Yeah. It's got, to Miller's point, a bit of celebrity. A lot of people know who Ronda Rousey is without any interest in wrestling or combat sports.
The Fed ruined that.
Yeah. I cannot wait to read the book about that. But it's got Triple H as one good match, good for him. Might ruffle the hair. He got it right. Bless him. And it had all of us in the middle of the night, because a lot of you guys won't know this, but we have to watch wrestling quite late. Had us all in the office collectively screaming, like absolutely screaming. The bit when Ronda's unloading on Triple H with fists, it lifts him up, all that sort of stuff. It's magic. It's not real. And 80,000 people in the building, millions, and us collectively in all of our different tastes couldn't have cared less. It's the magic of it. I think that one.
Sige, what are you going for?
It doesn't work.
No.
It does not work.
No.
It doesn't work. There's a certain wise man who likes to say, well, sir, you either get it or you don't. And I hate Paul Heyman. I don't hate Paul Heyman. Yeah, I mean, Bobby Heenan was a much better manager. I don't hate Paul Heyman, but he does have an incredibly succinct way of putting this problem across. You either get it or you don't. It's literally as simple as that. You can, in fact, reduce it. You watch it when you're like, what, 6, 7, 8, 9? I've met a gentleman who is 40 or 50, and he only did it 10 years ago, and it just clicked for him. It either clicks for you or it doesn't, and I've got evidence of this. One of the best matches in the 21st century of WWE was CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan at Over the Limit 2012. That match is absolutely unbelievable. When I first met my now wife, I hid my wrestling habit from her because, you know, I wanted to, you know. So I hid my wrestling fandom from her because I thought I was not going to get anywhere. She didn't realize I like this shit. And then
So, sorry, I don't understand that. When you say get anywhere, do you mean like on a journey or in the car? Or... Yeah, fuck that. You always explain these things.
Shut up,
to us,
man,
yeah?
shut up.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? Anyway, I hid it from her to the point where I used to do an office job at the time, 9 till 5. I mean, I do now, but it's a great one. Thank you for facilitating it, by the way. And she realized that I liked wrestling. I was had to take Monday off, and she's like, cool, let's do something. And I was like, calm down. It's been 3 months. And I was like, nah, I've taken the Monday off, obviously, because it's between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., or it was at the time in the UK. And she's like, well, what's all the mystery? The time has come when I had it secured at this point, like a deposit. And I said, I like wrestling, you know. You're the bad person if you dump me after this. Like, how superficial would that be? And she was like, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I don't give a toss. And then she just happily let me exist in my wrestling fandom. And I thought, 1 year, like that was 2011. 1 year later, I was like, yeah, I'm going to show her a match. Because I watched that Over the Limit match. And it was just unbelievable. I thought, if there's a match by the standards of the time that's so well worked, it's going to be this. And she just said, oh, I don't like this. I was like, oh, what's wrong? Yeah. And I was, what's wrong? She was like, oh, they're hitting each other really hard. And I was like, well, it's not as much as like, you know, Kawada and Masao. And I was like, don't. You're gatekeeping already. Never be yourself. Basically, we are freaks. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak over there. You're a freak. Just do not impose it on people. People don't care. We've reached this point in our lives. No one cares. It's fine.
Phil, what are you saying?
So I'm just realizing a pattern here. Do any of our partners like wrestling?
Hell no.
No.
I'm not sure if you saw, but my gender reveal was a Money in the Bank briefcase.
So it's just Wilborn. Just Wilborn.
And I came in. Indeed, thank you, Jonathan. We came into our wedding reception at my wife's insistence to the glass shattering and Stone Cold's theme playing. She's a keeper. She's a keeper. But it is, yes, It is a rarity, a rare find.
So 1 in 6.
1 in
basically.
6, yes.
Which
Can I just
doesn't
jump in
bode well.
just quickly? My girlfriend was all ready to get into it. Like, she was like, yeah, cool, you know, it's a brand new thing. And she understood the soap opera element. But the problem I had is that I literally met my girlfriend like a month before I debuted in the Defiant Rumble. And so to, you know, calm her worries, because she didn't really understand it, I said, oh, no one actually ever gets hurt, right? It's just like, it's just like silly wrestling. Defiant Rumble went great, and as it has come up naturally, everyone give Phil a lot of love for that Defiant, if you remember, and WCPW. We don't need to get into that here, but my word.
One more show.
Yeah.
One more show.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Thanks, Wilborn. She made life really hard after this. No, genuinely. So I had that match. It was great. Went on, had a bunch of matches. Then in my 5th match, many of you may remember, I blew out my shoulder in 3 different places. When the doctors saw it, they were like, did somebody just assault you in the street? And after telling my girlfriend, right, after telling her, oh, no one ever gets hurt, 5th match in. So I debuted in April, July, I totally screwed my shoulder. I have to ring her from a random hospital in Newcastle saying I won't be home for a few days because I can't drive. And she said to me, I thought you said nobody got hurt. And much like we said, I lied. And after that, she not only does she not like wrestling because she thinks it hurts people, bless her heart, hello Liz, I love you. After a match, no, but after a match.
So until you marry her, she's Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah. I call her that. I've called her that a lot, and she just walks on by. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. No. Anyway, I want to get the story down quick. Now, if I don't text her after a match saying I'm okay, I'm in the hospital and I'm broken. So the PSA is, if anybody in here is training to be a professional wrestler and you have a loved one, a partner, tell them straight away, I'm absolutely going to get my ass kicked at all times, and it's a terrifying, dangerous sport. Don't do what I did. So actually, it could have been 2, but I wrecked it.
So yeah, 1 in 6 doesn't bode well for introducing new people to wrestling, basically. So basically, this question's stupid because we're terrible at it. Yes. But I can tell you the one thing, well, 2 things that I've ever got close. Hello. So yeah, the 2 things I've ever got close. One was the Cruiserweight Classic, because it was just loads of different, like, flippy guys. The matches were like 8 to 10 minutes. It was all dead fast. They had tassels, which for some reason was a big deal to her. I don't know. And it was like a tournament thing, so it was a bit more sportsy, so you can kind of pick a guy and root for them and, like, follow them to the end kind of thing. And then her guy lost, and she lost interest. And the only other thing is the Royal Rumble, which is, again, if you're bored of one guy, there's another guy coming in 2 minutes, so it's like it's something new, and it's something, like, fresh every single time. They're the only things I've ever got close. So she'll watch the Royal Rumble with me, and that is it. That is the only wrestling she will ever watch with me. So I'd say the Royal Rumble. Give it a try. Why not?
Andy, any others you go for?
Yeah. I mean, we've had a good range of answers here. There's a general overlying philosophy of you should go for something except, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Approachable, right? Not the most complex thing in the world. Like, if you're going to try and make someone into a metal fan, for example, you don't go straight for Cannibal Corpse. You go Iron Maiden, Metallica. You ease your way in. And I understand the philosophy my esteemed colleagues are going for here, but I disagree completely. I think you should go all the way in. Like Michael Sidgwick says, pro wrestling is for the freaks. So what you want straight away is get the full complexity, the full nuance, the full the full depth of this great sport. And if you really want a match that captures those things, the depth, the War and Peace level storytelling, the characterization, there's only one match. Shane McMahon, The Miz, WrestleMania 39. The only answer. He does still got it. I agree. I don't think his ACL does, the poor guy, but hey. He probably did. In all seriousness, I have a couple of really accessible answers that fit the same theme. Number 1, the Graveyard Dogs versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Tremendous piece of pantomime. Also, if you're introducing someone, there's a good chance they already know who The Undertaker is. You can go, hey, this Drew guy's really cool as well. Shane, whatever. And Roman Reigns happens to be the most dominant guy in the world. Number 2, from the other promotion in America at the moment, the first Stadium Stampede. Because my God, did that cure my pandemic misery or what? Those are my answers. And you know, last year's Shane McMahon match as well.
Well, great answers there, thank you. Yeah, let's hear it for AEW. I'm going to keep it short and sweet so we can get through more questions. It is a main event of WrestleMania that hasn't happened yet. It's happening tonight. Night 2 of WrestleMania 40. Stone Cold, John Cena, Cody finishing the story, and who knows, maybe a rubber chicken as well. Thank you to